Greetings and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. This is the second episode of our Sicilian run, a run that for the moment is Sicilian only in the name because we do not have a Sicilian ruler yet, but this is something we will work on, and who knows, maybe already in this episode we will manage to convert to the Sicilian culture, who can say. And by the way, just as a very quick reminder before we jump into this new episode, this is a role-playing run, so I'm not going to focus on the optimal decisions. I'm only going to pick decisions that make sense for the ruler we currently have, who is Prince Guifer of Salerno, now 40 years old and still doing fine in terms of health. So let's take a quick look at the notification. I can declare war, not really, so let's remove the pause and let's continue our adventure. We are just almost in the 4th year of game. Let's see how things progress. Guaimar comes of age. My heir is now a little man, 16 years old, and he got the trait charismatic negotiator. So not bad, not bad. 15 of diplomacy. This little boy is doing well. 7 of martial, 7 of stewardship. It's not great, but it's a decent start. And in all of these guys, we start having the Sicilian culture. I just realized, I don't know exactly when it showed up, but we've almost entered the 5th year in the game, and as you can see now, the Sicilian culture is available. And yeah, currently ruled by this Count Ferdinando of Capua, who is an imbecile, but unfortunately he reports to Duke Lambert of Spoleto, who has a relevant military strength. If I will try to request the claim, the Pope will not support me. And as you can see, there is currently no culture head and no valid candidate because the Sicilian culture started showing up on the map, but this does not mean that there is already a ruler adopting the Sicilian culture. There will be most likely, I imagine that there will be a mercenary band now, exactly, the Sicilian condottiere band, so we start having Sicilian characters in the game, but not a Sicilian ruler yet. And I cannot fabricate the claim, or maybe can I? Let me check one thing. The Lombard culture, we do not have the casus belli. So unfortunately, we do not have the possibility to even make this claim. So we will have to find another way to start adopting the Sicilian culture. But at least it is good to see that the Sicilian culture started already to spread in the game. And now we have a new child in my dynasty. This is my grandson, and it's the son of my heir. But I will change the name. I would like to have something like, I don't know, Bastiano. Bastiano is already a Sicilian name because as we are planning at some point to adopt the Sicilian culture, I'm already naming the characters with the Sicilian names. And Bastiano is basically the Sicilian version of Sebastian. So Sebastian in Italian becomes Sebastiano. In Sicilian it can either be Sebastiano or Bastiano. So let's go with Bastiano. Bastiano Filangeri. Oh no, I can already see that there is now a culture head for the Sicilian culture, and it's exactly Count Ferdinando of Capua. This imbecile. This is unfortunate. So the first culture head for the Sicilian culture is an imbecile. This is unfortunate and quite offensive. Too bad that I don't have the chance of declaring war on him already, because that will be very nice. But yes, we will need at some point to replace him as a culture head of the Sicilians. And in all of this, I was invited to join a war. This is from my ally, Duke Adalberto of Tuscany, who is going to fight against the leader Anastasio, a peasant revolt, Catholic Italian. Of course, we are going to join. Okay, we are both converging here on Orbetello to together with my allies. Let's contribute. Growing strong. Simuni, who was healed, now recovered. And he has lost the sickly trait. Very good. Well done, boy. Ah, they've already been defeated. Not even the time to go to Orbetello that they already suppressed the peasant revolt. And it's a victory. We didn't contribute. We tried, but they were faster. And we have now the possibility to unlock another perk from the diplomacy lifestyle. And what I will do... Actually, the sway scheme power is nice. Let's do it. And then I will really focus on the diplomat 3. It's already the second time I say that. But I swear, next time I'm really going to focus there. Yes. And this imbecile of Count Ferdinando of Capua is even investigating a fascination that is kind of useless at this point for the Sicilians. So rather, instead of having the casus belli, which will be definitely more important, or the plenary assemblies, is just focusing on mastering grounds to get more men-at-arms. That's definitely not the priority. I can already see from this decision that this count is not very smart. And I think it's time now to develop further the barony of Marathea. But first of all, the game informed me that Arekis, my second son, he became a man as well, and he got the trait Fortune Builder, which gave a boost of stewardship of +6. Very good. And thinking of Marathea, child of my dynasty, they don't want me to think about Marathea. This is Menia Filangeri. Okay, the daughter of Daufer, my nephew. And no, let's go here with Marta. And now, if the game allows me, I would like to further develop Marathea with guilds. And there is a child of my dynasty, another one. This time the son of my second son, Arekis. Very good. Arekis is married to this pretty lady, Inga Kaunitz, 24 years old. And now they have this little boy who is handsome. And also my third son comes of age, Daufer, who cannot yet marry his little girlfriend because she's 10. But Daufer got the astute intellectual trait, which gave a boost of +6 in terms of learning. Very good. And I can designate a guardian for Simuni, who turns 6. The last of my sons, the youngest of my boys. He has an inclination for martial. Honestly, I will set him on stewardship. And we can assign him to my second son, Arekis, so his brother. Why not? To be honest, I'm satisfied so far with my sons. I think they all have decent traits. And they more or less look all playable, especially the first two. But let's see how things progress. And I'm giving up on the idea of having a last child from Princess Landalaika, who in the meantime turned 43. She's still doing fine, so she could in theory, but I think we are no longer having a lot of sex. And yeah, Prince Guifer has also lost probably a little bit of his charm. He looks much older than his age. And we unlock another diplomatic perk, and as promised, this time I'm truly starting to go down the diplomat 3. So I'm thoughtful, opinion gained from send gift +100. And I noticed that here in Africa there are things happening. Sultan Ibrahim II, with a small army, is fighting against a peasant revolt, and he only has a small alliance. And the Byzantine Empire also expanded his influence in Sicily. This, of course, is something that concerns me a little bit, because this is an area where we want to expand, and of course the more the Byzantine Empire conquered, the worse it is, because Byzantine Empire is quite an opponent, so to say. And in all of this, Guifer also comes of age, another of my sons. Let's see what he got. Fortune builder as well, like Arekis. Another child of my dynasty, another little boy. The wife of Arekis is doing a good job. Inga Kaunitz, I like you. She's nice and she's beautiful. So let's see this little boy. He didn't get the inheritable trait, but he's still fine. Greetings, Prince Guifer of Salerno. I've studied the Italian vulgar language for many months. I personally penned this missive using the Italian vulgar script, a letter of a friendship from a speaker of High German. I wish for our future diplomatic dealings to benefit us both greatly. This is written by Prince Bishop, the Bishop of Duke Berenguer of Friuli. He has learned Italian vulgar. Impressive. Send my regards. And I can create a friendship with this gentleman, or I could try becoming his rival, but of course this is an option I'm going to ignore because I am compassionate, so I'm going to stick to my character. And so of course he has learned Italian vulgar. Impressive. Send my regards. And in this life you always need friends, right? So let's get closer to a friendship. Loyalty or fear? I will win their unwavering loyalty. I gain the trait generous liege. I get less taxes, but the opinion of my vassals increase, and I have only one vassal, the Major of Maratea. Fear is far more effective tool. This is something I cannot consider because I am generous and compassionate, so it will strongly go against my own nature. Or I have more important men to impress. Prince Adelkis gains 20 opinion of me. And apparently Major Landenulf will not lose opinion by choosing this. So let's do it. Unfortunately, I cannot really plan an expansion because I lack the opportunity of using individual claims, and I cannot do much against the other Catholic rulers, leaving aside that then, for example, some of them, if not all of them, they're all stronger than me. Then the Byzantine Empire is out of question again, and also here I miss Casus Belli, so the only ones I could attack are the Muslim ones, but they are also stronger than me. And yeah, it's true that I could call my allies, but for the moment there is no reason of doing so. If I will see that the Sicilian culture moved to a specific county, that I will know where to target, but at the moment I do not know it. The only Sicilian county available is Capua, which is under the King of Italy and under this stupid Sicilian ruler. So I do not have the possibility to have a claim there, and in any case I do not have the possibility to challenge the Kingdom of Italy. So we need to wait for the next Sicilian county to show up and hope that it will be within the Muslim territories, and then this might create the chance maybe for an expansion, but we will have to evaluate when this will happen. A shady discussion. This is between Bianca, my court physician, who is comely, and Desislava. So I'm passing through the castle for a morning walk. And then basically our ruler noticed that these two are talking. And they are talking about Major Landenulf, who is, as I said, my only vassal, the Major of Marathea, and also my Chancellor. So I could either inform Landenulf and they will both lose opinion of me. I could get closer to try to understand what they're talking about, and it's a 50-50 challenge. The third option is out of question because I am compassionate, and so I cannot force them to tell me what they are discussing. Or I could simply ignore this and then I will lose 10 of dread. I mean, I have currently 0 of dread. I might do something. I might temporarily move my wife to court intrigue, where she can help me a little bit to boost my already decent stats, and this should give me exactly a significant boost in the intrigue challenge. So let's try to get closer and see if we can hear what they're talking about. They seem to be discussing Major Landenulf's private life and some unsavory habit of his. So we discovered that my vassal, my only vassal and major, and also chancellor, is a sodomite. Good to know, but I mean, I could have survived also without knowing that. Delicate affairs. Major Landenulf, talking about the devil, right, has been of real help in the past few days, aiding me in my efforts to strengthen the realm's ties with our neighbors. He has just offered himself again to help me gain Emir Savudan's trust, and this is one of our neighboring Muslim rulers. It is so hard to find someone one can truly rely on these days. So I shall remember your kindness. He becomes my friend, and the Emir improves his opinion of me. Good. I think I can handle Emir Savduan. I don't know how to pronounce this, sorry guys. Or the Emir is not worth the effort. I will lose stress, but I don't really have stress at the moment. Let's just become friend with the major, with the sodomite major. And let's increase the opinion of the neighboring ruler. Defensive negotiation is very nice because it gives the possibility to propose alliance, and one alliance without a marriage, which is always a nice card to play. So let's go there for the next perk from the diplomatic tree. And guys, I will then suggest to close the episode here for today. It's the 1st of April 880. We are already in the 13th year of the game, and yes, I know that we did not progress much, but I still think that what we are doing so far is good and solid enough. We are building the foundation for what it will be this run in the long term. And yeah, we managed to successfully expand our family. In basically just 2 episodes, we went from 6 living members to 12, so we doubled our the number of living members of our dynasty. And of course, the territory still remains the county of Salerno, but we have strong alliances to protect us from the possible invasions of the neighbors. And we need to wait for the expansion because it's still not clear what county we will target first. So for the moment, I will say everything is moving in the right direction, but of course it's kind of a slow start, but we can see how this will progress in the next episodes. And of course, I hope to see you there, guys. Cheers.